No one's here.
Some women were here a minute ago. I saw them. That's Wolftrap, all right. We'll have to make conversation with the ladies until he passes by.
He's sitting there on that bench. It may be quite a while.
Well, we'll say that we're buying hats. How much money you got?
40 cents for the train, 70 cents for dinner, 20 cents to see a whale, and $1 I lost. I have 70 cents.
And I have $1.75. I wish I knew how much hats cost.
Is this an adventure, Cornelius?
No, but it may be.
I think it is. There we were, wandering the streets of New York, and nothing happened. And there, on the quietest street, Mr. Vandergelder turns a corner. I think it's an adventure, Cornelius. I think... Cornelius! That Mrs. Levi is there now! She's sitting on the bench with him!
What do you know about that? We know only one person in all of New York City, and there she is.
Even if our adventure came along now, Cornelius, I'd be too tired to enjoy it. Why isn't this an adventure?
Don't be asking yourself that now. When you're in an adventure, you'll know it all right.
Maybe I wouldn't. Cornelius, let's arrange a signal for you to give me when an adventure's really going on. For instance, you say pudding. You say pudding to me if it's an adventure we're in.
I wonder where the lady who runs the store is. What is her name again?
Mrs. Malloy, hats for ladies.
Ah, yes. I must think over what I'm going to say when she comes in. Good afternoon, Mrs. Malloy. Wonderful weather. We've been looking everywhere for some beautiful hats.
That's fine, Cornelius.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Malloy. Wonderful weather. We'll make her think we're rich. Good afternoon, Mrs. Malloy. Wonderful weather. Now you keep one eye on the door the whole time. We've been looking everywhere for...
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I kept you waiting? Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Here, Cornelius Hackle.
Here, Barnaby Tucker.
I'm very happy to meet you. Perhaps I can help you? Won't you sit down?
Yes, thank you. We will. You see, Mrs. Malloy, we're looking for hats.
Is that so?
And do you know what we heard? Go to Mrs. Malloy, they said, and so we came here. It's the only place we could go.
Well now, that's very complimentary.
And we were right. Everyone was right.
You wish to choose some hats for a friend?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
We were thinking of 5 or 6.
Or 5.
You see, Mrs. Malloy, money's no object with us. None at all.
Why, Mr. Hackle?
I beg your pardon, but what an interesting street you have here. Every minute there's something new. Passerby and...
You're from out of town, Mr. Hackle?
Yes. Now, Barnaby, now you keep one eye on the door the whole time. You won't see that in Yonkers every day.
Oh, yes, I will.
Not all of it.
Now this friend of yours, couldn't she come in with you someday and choose her hats herself?
Oh, no. It's a surprise for her.
Indeed. That may be difficult, Mr. Hackle. It's not entirely customary. Your friend is very interested in the street, Mr. Hackle.
Yes, he has reason to be.
You said you were from out of town?
Yes, we're from Yonkers.
Yonkers.
Yonkers. You should know Yonkers, Mrs. Malloy. Hudson River, Palisades, drives. Some say it's the most beautiful town in the whole world. Well, that's what they say.
Is that so? Your friend is acting very strangely, Mr. Hackle.
Barnaby, quit acting strangely. When the street's quiet and empty, you can come over and talk with us. Now, where was I? Oh yes, Yonkers. You should know Yonkers, Mrs. Malloy.
As a matter of fact, I have a friend in Yonkers. Perhaps you know him. It's always so foolish to ask in cases like this, isn't it? It's Mr. Vandergelder.
What was it you said?
Then you do know him.
Horace Vandergilder.
Yes, that's right.
Know him? No.
No.
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Malloy, but where does this door lead to?
Why, Mr. Hackle, that's my workroom.
Everything here is so beautiful. Every door, every corner, Mrs. Malloy. And Barnaby, notice the interesting cupboard. Coats for ladies. And look at this table. A fine piece of furniture. With a low hanging cloth, I see.
Perhaps your friend might like some of this new fine straw. Mr. Vandergelder is a very substantial man, and very well liked, they tell me.
Oh, yes, yes. A lovely man, Mrs. Malloy.
Oh yes, charming, charming.
Has only one fault as far as I know. He's as hard as nails. But apart from that, a charming nature, ma'am.
And a large circle of friends?
5 or 6.
5.
Is he coming?
I think, Cornelius, I think,
Now, to show you some more hats,
Look out! I beg your pardon, Mrs. Malloy.
come right out of there this minute. Mr. Hackle!
Help us just this once, Mrs. Malloy. We'll explain later.
Mr. Hackle!
we're as innocent as can be, Mrs. Malloy.
Come right out of there! But really, gentlemen, what are you doing? I can't have this!
Cornelius, Cornelius, pudding?
Pudding!